It is Thursday, February 4, 2021. This is the Raynham Planning Board. I call the meeting to order. And I should tell everyone that we are being recorded. First up, Cardinal Circle, a status update. I guess, Bob, you know more than anyone.
So I did receive correspondence from Steve Ventresca, which outlined all the issues that we talked about at the site visit back in early January. We had a visit out there with the contractor who did the asphalt work, the developer, along with a couple of the concerned neighbors. I did email that to you. Subsequently, Ed had a couple of comments to add to it, so there is a second version which I didn't have a chance to email to you. Pretty much identical, not too much different than the first version that I sent you. So, Steve, are you with us tonight?
No, we said it was more easy.
Okay, so I did get a phone call from the developer. He hasn't got this yet. I'm going to forward this to him tomorrow. So the repairs are all outlined. They're going to be told exactly what they need to rip up and redo. Unfortunately, Ed's going to, he's going to require them to hold off until the weather is appropriate. And the repairs may not happen until probably, mid to late April, depending on, what Mother Nature does to us between now and then. So Steve has a handle on it. It's all documented. It's going to the developer. And hopefully they'll be able to make the repairs, which include removing sidewalks and fixing driveway aprons. And I'll report back to you as soon as it's completed.
Are they just removing portions of sidewalk, or are they doing the whole sidewalk on that inside?
Most of the sidewalk, I think, is going to have to be redone based on the fact of the elevation and the difference in the grade between the top of the sidewalk and the top of the granite curbing. The grading was improper before they put the asphalt down, and that's all identified by Mr. Buckley, and it's in the document.
Is the final coat of asphalt down on the road?
The road's done. What's remaining to be repaired is the sidewalk and the driveway aprons, and then some loom in the grass area between the sidewalk and the slope granite curb. Okay.
Bob, are you going to rip the entire sidewalk?
No, but there are portions where the sidewalk will have to be removed, not just 12 feet, but there may be longer sections where it's elevated. So it's not the entire length of sidewalk. I think Ed's got it spelled out in his report.
Okay. It's too bad they grass strips there, because I'll eliminate that and put the sidewalk behind the curb without the grading.
Yeah, you're right, but there are several sections of that sidewalk where the elevation is too high and it needs to be graded down, and Mr. Buckley identified those locations.
Okay.
And so the developer will be looking for road acceptance after the sidewalks are done? Everything else is done?
We only have one road that we're going to have a hearing on for road acceptance this year. It's going to be Christina's Path.
Okay.
Everything else still has work to be completed.
So there's other work on this, on Cardinal?
The other work on, well, they have to finish the other road that they're working on, and they'll have them.
Oh, okay, the two go together. All right.
I don't know if there's anybody out there.
I was going to just ask that.
Yeah.
Is there anyone out there who would have any comments or questions concerning Cardinal?
Doesn't look like it.
Hearing none, we will move on. It is 6:10, Wildwood Path subdivision, a public hearing, however. We have a letter from Strong Point Engineering, Eric Dias. Dear members of the board, Strong Point Engineering Solutions is pleased to provide this letter on behalf of our client, Locust Street Land, LLC, to request a further continuance of the public hearing for the above referenced definitive subdivision. Our office received formal peer review comments from the board's consultant and an email from the highway superintendent regarding a moratorium on Locust Street on January 26, 2021, and requires additional time to respond to these matters. As such, we respectfully request that the public hearing be continued to the first available meeting in March 2021. And that's not an issue, I don't think. And the first meeting is March 4, 2021. Is there anyone out there who has any questions or comments? Board members?
What's the time to act on that?
Time to act is, he's given us an extension, I think, you said? So we have plenty of time on that. Hearing no comments from the board, I make a motion that we continue the public hearing on Locust Street Land LLC to March 4, 2021 at 6:10.
Seconded.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Right.
And that was an aye from Chris also. All right, we have a few minutes before our Form As.
Well, they're not public here, so I do them now.
We can go out of order.
Yeah.
I have meeting minutes from January 21, 2021. I make a motion we waive the reading and approve the minutes.
Seconded.
Everybody's had a chance to look them over. Any questions, comments?
Nope.
Hearing none, all in favor? Chris, that was an aye from you?
Yes.
Okay. Correspondence, I don't think we have any. And we don't have any invoices or bills to pay. Okay. Planning coordinator update.
I just want to bring to your attention what's coming down the pike, if you will, for site plan approval. The Friendlies, it seems like the old Friendlies restaurant's going to be redeveloped into a coffee shop. I'm hearing Starbucks, but I don't want to start a rumor. They'll be coming in front of the board for a special permit for a drive-through. So they're looking for a drive-through there. So you'll see that here in the next several weeks. There is a application that Maureen received for a new commercial building on the corner of Richmond Street and Commercial Street. Commercial Street being the industrial park right off of Richmond Street. If you drive by there, you'll see the some activity started with some materials stored on that lot. And then also there's an application that just came in for Ryan Drive for a pretty large building, 66,000 square foot industrial type building. I'm trying to get them to come in to do a preliminary department head meeting to identify some of the concerns before they come to this board for their first hearing. I'll keep you posted on that.
But would that be where they were before us a couple of years ago? Am I thinking? Yeah, Ryan up off of 138.
Ryan Drive has that, if you drive in down Ryan Drive, that whole left-hand side.
Yeah, they came in a few
that
years
whole
ago to
field.
have, with plans to,
Well, apparently it was before I got here, so
Yeah.
I'll bring it to you.
You remember that?
I do, vaguely.
yeah,
Didn't-
something
obviously-
similar to what
obviously
we
didn't
just
get
approved
very-
on 138.
Didn't get very far, I guess.
Yeah, I thought we went along fairly well with that, and then all of a sudden it just stopped.
Mhm.
But that's where they're gonna put it, on that big, on the whole left-hand side.
That's all I got for you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay.
Bob, just quickly, what's going to happen to that monstrous Friendly sign? Is that coming down?
That's the last,
Or is that-
that's the last non-conforming sign that I believe we have. It cannot be reused unless they go to the zoning board of appeals for it. So I've already discussed it with the people from the company, and they're, from what I understand, they're planning on removing it without trying to save it.
Okay. That would make Bert happy.
Well, that's what I understand, so we'll see where we go with it, but I've made it clear to them that it's a non-conforming sign, it cannot be rebuilt unless it gets approval from the zoning board.
Okay, thanks.
Circuit update.
We had our last meeting, Bob and I were in it, and they were just going over different updates with it and what was going to be coming down the pipeline for, you know, different flyers they were talking about sending out to people, just notifying everyone of, you know, everything that's going on. That was pretty much it.
Okay, I think we'll move on to the Form As. We have one for Church Street.
Mr. Chairman, you have Evan Watson with us tonight if you have any questions on the Form As. Church Street's pretty simple, it's a land swap,
Right.
and you'll see it when you open the plan.
I got it here on my iPad, so I don't need
You
one.
don't need it?
No, I'll take one. Thank you.
This is concerning property known as 599 Church Street, and it is a swap of land, 3,000 square feet, being switched with a neighbor. We have an applicant out there who would like to speak. He's our person, I think.
You just disappeared.
He was there. I don't think he's there anymore.
Lost him? Somebody pushed the wrong button. Well,
I think it's, you can see it's the land swap,
Yeah.
square foot for square foot, just so that they can reconfigure the lots.
right.
I looked at it, Bert, it's very straightforward, and it's a simple land swap, and there's nothing that becomes non-conforming from doing that.
He's back up, I think. Or he's trying to be.
What's his name?
Evan.
Watson?
Evan Watson.
Evan Watson. Can you hear me? Okay, well, do either of the board members have any questions on this?
No, it looks pretty
No, yeah, it's
straightforward.
pretty straightforward.
Okay, and Chris, you're happy with it?
Yeah, I'm fine, I reviewed it.
Okay? I make a motion, we approve a plan entitled 599 Church Street, Bristol County, Northern District, Raynham, Massachusetts. Approval not required, plan of land prepared for Raynham Riverwalk LLC, and prepared by Lighthouse Land Surveying LLC, as a plan not requiring subdivision approval.
Seconded.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Aye.
And that was an aye from Chris, in case you couldn't hear it, Maureen. Give you something to do?
Thank you.
One thing I forgot to say, we don't have a municipal lien certificate in, I'm not sure why. And our next Form A, we don't have a municipal lien certificate either. I make a motion that we hold the plan signed, but hold it until we receive a municipal lien showing no taxes due.
Seconded.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And that's an aye from Chris.
Okay, I think I got things working. Was anybody asking me a question? I hope not.
You missed out on
I
the,
got a question. I get the question, Evan.
Yes.
I noticed the address, I knew it looked very familiar. Then I saw Roy Delano on it. Did John die?
No, John had, John sold the company, Delano Associates to Lighthouse Land Surveying. And I opened up a firm upstairs, W Engineering. So we work closely together, so they can service all of my land surveying needs, and I take care of all their engineering needs. So it works out pretty well.
Couple of good land surveyors right there, I'll tell you.
You got that right. Yeah.
so are John and Roy retired?
No, Roy still works out there. Actually, Roy drew the those plans there, and John is retired, so he sold out. He's working over in West Bridgewater, and East Bridgewater, I think, is like the Concom agent.
Yeah. The last time I ran into him.
They did all the work when I built my house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good surveyors.
Very good.
You missed the Church Street one, but we'll let you talk about the Thrasher Street one if you would like.
Pretty good, yeah. So, the Church Street one was just a easy land swap there. The Thrasher Street project, there's 4 lots along Thrasher Street, and there's some wetland resource areas. We actually went to Concom, re-upped the wetland line because it had expired, so we got that all squared away. And then we got some topography and saw that it would be difficult to build one of the houses on the left side or on the Taunton line there. So we expanded that lot, and then lot 1 extended past the wetlands, and there's actually an upland piece that abuts Borden Colony over there. So we thought it would make sense to wrap the extra area of that lot into the wetland a little bit, so that we didn't have a piece of upland up in the middle of everybody's business over there. If that property owner decided to put up a fence or something, that would get in everybody's way. So that's the reason for reconfiguring those 4 lots.
But just for the record, I did a plan for that years ago for those 4 lots that John and Frank.
Could we do a notice at the Registry of Deeds for people not to refer to the old plan?
Well, there'll be a new plan on record, so we're good to go.
You say that, you don't know some of the title examiners.
Well, it should go to the assessors and they reference the new plan.
No, I know, but
I
when
agree
people are
with you.
checking records at the registry, they'll see this other plan, the old one, and they'll stop right there.
2 questions for Evan.
Yes.
Evan, can you verify for the record that each of these lots is being serviced by town water, either Raynham or Taunton?
Yes, so there is a water main in Thrasher Street, and we revised the plan to indicate along Thrasher Street that there's an existing water main, and then we added a note to the plan that all lots are to be serviced by municipal water.
I asked him that question because these are located in farm and forest districts, so they require 5 acres of land, and the upland requirement of 32,000 is only satisfied if you have town water. If not, you need 48,000 square feet of upland, so they meet all the criteria for buildable lots.
Is it Raynham water or Taunton water?
On what happened there is they couldn't put wells. When we first went to do it with John and Frank, because of their proximity to the dump in the general bylaws and Board of Health bylaws, they weren't allowed to put wells in that area. And it took several times to petition the city, but they finally extended the water from the Taunton town line down to Joe Costa's junkyard. And so it gave those lots municipal water, but it is a Taunton main.
Taunton, okay.
Is there sewer there as well?
I believe there is both water and sewer there.
No, there's no sewer there.
There's no sewer?
Right, I believe. Yeah, the terminal manhole ends just about at the Taunton line, and then the property, the topography drops off. So if we wanted to use a sewer, we'd have to extend the Taunton sewer line into Raynham, and it was getting a little complicated. So the plan here is to actually do septic systems and have municipal water.
Yeah, we looked at that. You have to put like a 2-inch force main to get the Taunton, but
They're not required to
the
have sewer.
soil is septic.
Yeah, it's all sand and gravel there, so it should be all
Russ,
run.
have it in front of you, right?
The plan, yeah.
Chris, do you have anything to add?
No, I think the plan's fine.
Members have any questions?
No.
Mr. Watson, anything you'd like to add?
Nope, no, thank you.
And we have a caller line too. Anybody out there who wants to say anything? Okay. I make a motion that we approve a plan entitled Thrasher Street, Bristol County North District, Raynham, Massachusetts. Approval not required plan of land prepared for King Philip Realty Trust, prepared by Lighthouse Land Surveying LLC as a plan not requiring subdivision approval.
Seconded.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Chris, aye?
Yes, aye.
Okay. And the same thing on this one, hold the plan until we get a municipal lien certificate from the tax collector.
Thank you very much. It's, you were correct, Mr. Chairman. I did miss the first meeting, but it sounds like that was essentially the same outcome.
Yes, we approved it.
Okay. And then it'll be held into a municipal lien certificate issued. Okay. Perfect.
Okay, plans to be signed, there are no other plans? Okay. Does anybody have anything to ask about, talk about?
Just the first time the nomination papers are flowing through the Gallagher household right now.
Well, good, thank you.
So my mother's in charge.
I should have no problems then. Okay, if no one has anything to add, I make a motion that we adjourn.
Seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, thank you all.